Whoa, what's up, world?
What's up?
What's
What's
up, Cat?
up?
What's up, Big Dog? It's been I feel like we've skipped a couple weeks and it feels good to just be around both of you guys again on another episode of the Lighting Trade School.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, we had a couple call outs saying like, hey, did you not going to post any new content, guys? And that one's on me. That one's on me. So I forgot a very important piece of the podcast, which was uploading them. So anyways, they've all been scheduled. They'll be up. But thanks for letting us know, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we're back. Hey, we're busy, right? It's springtime busy. We're all kicking butt, taking names. You guys got sun out now, right, Matt? So y'all are in full throttle spring season mode up in the
Yeah.
NY.
Almost full throttle. I mean, it's 44 right now, but next week we're gonna hit 90. So, but yeah, man, it's still getting into the 30s at night. But yeah, we're enough here that enough people are really getting excited about being back outside. So yeah, I'm pumped. It's a great time.
Awesome.
Great time.
We got a lot going on over here, right? Lila's graduating next week, so we're like remulching the backyard and putting some more lights up and making it all badass. We got all this cool flagstone walkways and stuff. So busy doing that.
Nice.
And you're busy with work, super busy.
Yeah, your daughter's gonna be one of me, right? She's gonna be a New Yorker.
She's gonna be a Yankee, yeah. Can you say Yankee? Is that an insult? Is that a thing?
We won. We're good.
So today, what are we're talking about just on the Illuminati Lounge call, right? Just kind of the process of meeting a customer and doing a daytime walkthrough.
And we were kind of talking. Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting you anyway. Right, like I was like, let's chat about it on the podcast for the guys who couldn't make the call or the guys who aren't even in the Illuminati Lounge because I don't know, they don't have $47 to join maybe for the month, but we all have kind of different processes, and I think it's fun to kind of see it. But we're all centered around the same thing, but we have different. My style doesn't work for Shane. Shane's style doesn't work for me, and Nate's style doesn't work for you. So, but when you pull it and you see the whole thing happening, you can take it and make it your own while following those same fundamentals, right?
100%. So walking through that, what do you do, Cap? Right, you're walking through a property. There's certain cues, right? The customer may be putting off certain things you want to ask. I always say breaking the ice is probably the most important thing to do in the first 60 seconds. Find some kind of commonality, right? That you can kind of touch base with them on, and then just kind of continue your dissertation of the property.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, my icebreaker moment, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, is the socks, right? I hand you a pair of silly socks, right? Like the ones we just handed out the other day had, I think, elephants sitting in martini glasses, right? So that's when I meet you. That's when when I'm meeting you. I'm handing you a pair of socks. I don't say anything. I just hand them, hey, I'm Matt, and I hand them the socks. They're looking at them. They always say, what are these? And I'm like, well, that's a pair of socks because I'm about to knock your socks off. So boom, instantly, walls are lowered. And we're at different ground because all of a sudden I'm not the contractor trying to steal all their money. I'm the guy that made them laugh. And hey, this guy seems to be a fun guy. So for me, that is like a super awesome thing to do.
And you do that just on a cold lead, right? I mean, you might not even sell them. They might only want $800 in lights, so you don't even really know. You just throw them a pair of socks and
socks are what, $2 a piece or something. I mean, it's more about the branding. I doubt anyone ever actually wears them. Maybe they do. I guess I've never followed up with people and said, hey, you wearing those socks? But the thing is, one, it goes to the tagline of we'll knock your socks off. So it's super easy. And it's so ridiculous that the contractor's first thing he does is hand you a pair of socks. So it throws you, if you ever heard like the banana peel or the, banana in the room, the T-Rex in the room, right? The disruptorsaurus, something to throw off their normal thinking. Because a client, when a contractor comes, they're like, this guy is going to try to rob me and take all my money. And contractor's like, I want to get as much money as possible. So there's this huge tension where everyone's walls are up when you first meet the person. As soon as you get them down and you both become just people, looking to do nice things at the house, things change. And the socks really help for me on that.
Yeah.
So a question, Matt. I think that's one of the smartest things I've ever heard anybody do as an icebreaker opening deal. Did the socks come first, or did Barefoot Lighting come first?
Barefoot Lighting came first, and tagline just came with it. Like, we're joking now because we have the feet, but now that I got like a little Harry Potter lightning bolt scar on my left foot, so I'm thinking we got to change the logo to have a little lightning bolt there. But yeah. And then Shane, for me, like that first time, I'm trying to just build relationship. I want to get to a demo. 99 times out of 100, that's the goal. Super, super small ones. I mean, I still try to get to the demo unless they're really, really excited to give me money. That moment, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to let that excitement die out. I always ask them, like, how do you walk them around with me? Show me how you use the space now. I'm not asking them what lighting they want, what, I mean, I want to know how they use the space now, even though I already know, right? You look around any yard, front or back, you know exactly where they spend time, and you know exactly where they don't spend time. There's always that area that's like nicely set up. It's got almost looking brand new furniture, and you can tell they never actually use that little nook that they created, because they created during the day and everyone's working during the day. So when I ask them how they use the space now, it's a way for me to have them tell me that they're not using the other spaces, because then I can ask questions like, well, hey, how come you don't use that space over there? I already know the answer, right? But I want them to, it's revealing it inside of them without me telling them they don't use it because it's dark. That's what I want them to realize, is that they're not doing it. And so my questions try to focus on, the change that's going to happen with lighting, not on exactly what I'm going to do. Like, I don't do a big dissertation. I give them some knowledge so they know, like, this guy's legit, knows what he's talking about. But yeah, it's like, hey, is this where you smoke your cigar and have your cocktails? And they'll tell you, like, oh no, it's over there. So you can really have good conversations based on that. I always bring up sidewalks. I always make jokes about how you must, hate your in-laws, and that's why you can't see the sidewalk and things like that. So I'm making these things that we're becoming more known to each other, because people like to do business with people they like, right? People buy from people, they don't buy from businesses. So that's my whole first call, man, is just building a relationship and making them understand that they're not utilizing their property to the fullest because of darkness. I don't want to tell them that. I want them to know it, understand it, and feel it, and for them to vocalize it rather than me have to tell them.
So, big question, right, that we always get that I'm going to ask you guys is, a lot of folks are like, do you quote and close at the table, or do you go back later and send them a quote within a couple of days?
Well, I mean, I'll just say what I do. So I try to do, I really push for 20, the next day. We talk about speed to lead a lot. It's also speed to estimate, right? Speed to quote. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Really large jobs, we know, if I'm doing 100 plus fixtures, okay, it's going to take me some time, not to even design the job, but more to articulate the job well in a proposal, right? But I try to do it in 24 hours. I very rarely close on the spot, and that's intentional, because I know that my process leads to more, right? Like, they want this now in the daytime. Imagine when they see it at nighttime. Like, they're going to want other areas. So for me, my process is intentionally not closing on the spot.
Process is get to your demo.
Process is get to the demo. Yes, sir.
And I think in all fairness too, I'm going to say, and I don't know because I've never analyzed it, but I'm going to say, I don't believe in putting pressure on somebody. I hate, a contractor comes out and, it's today only, and they pressure, right? So that's not my style. My style is zero pressure. So I'm not forced to close in the evening. A lot of times it happens naturally. You close it. It's just it's a very simple process. But I would say half the time, people don't expect, once you're at the demo and they can see that, hey, it takes a lot of lights to achieve the desired lighting result. And so it's very unexpected that, it's 200 lights, and they understand that now going through the 2-hour demo process. So they will sometimes, I don't know what the percentage is, but they'll sit there and they'll go, hey, I need to go get another bid, right? Fairly shocked about the amount of lights that it takes. And I'm like, well, don't get one, get 5 bids, because I believe this, that the other 4 people or 5 people that they're going to get out to come out and give them a so-called competitive bid, I believe those 4 or 5 other guys justify my higher price. And I make sure that those people know that when my competitor comes out and says he can do the job at 60 lights, not 200, I want the homeowner to say, and I will tell the homeowner, you got to say, I know Nate is ripping me off at 200 lights, but I got to tell you what, I need you to demo it for me, because it is impossible, as you see, Mr. Homeowner, that when it took 10 lights to light up that wall, you can't do it in 2, because my process of the demo is hand them a laser pointer, have them, pick out 4 or 5, 6 lights. I turn them upside down, and every single time, if I've done the lighting correctly, every time the homeowner will say, turn them back up. They start understanding through that demo that it takes strategic placement to achieve the desired lighting, right, that I'm trying to achieve. So the process, I want them to get other bids. I want them to, because it will justify my higher price every single time. So I don't pressure on the close. Now, obviously, you have to get the proposal back in some type of 24, 48, 72 hours, right? That's for sure. But no pressure on me. I don't like pressure.
So that is where, and I got this idea from you, Nate. I probably stole it from you and just rewrote it a little bit. And Matt, you just asked me this earlier today. You said, do I send the 40 questions?
Oh yeah.
Like a thing we made up together collectively to a customer. And no, I don't. I condensed it down to the 10 best questions, simplified it, and gave answers. And I'll email that. I attach it to every quote. I may forget sometimes, but I generally attach it to every single quote. Hey, here's questions you should ask your lighting contractor. This will help arm you to see if they know what they're talking about. And then I go in, like, lighting is all I do. Like, this is what I live and breathe. Like, we're going to do it right, and we're going to be the best at it. And I'm 100% confident that's true. And I think that's why we close 80%. One of many reasons.
Yeah, awesome.
So there is a bunch of folks out there that I know are really successful, and they preach and teach you got to close on the spot, as much as possible. I'm sure that's not, a 90% thing, but I know lots of folks try to do that. What would you guys say is the benefits or cons of that process?
Well, for me, I know, right, you can close on the spot, and it's not wrong. It's not, obviously there's super successful guys that close on the spot. You got to have your husband and wife here. It's old school sales, right? Like, I mean, those are a method because they work, and they've worked for the history of people, right? And some guys can, really pull different things, articulate it well, and they can close on a spot. But for me, when you close on a spot, like, I literally tell people on larger jobs, it's not going to be a thoughtful design if I give you a price right now here on the spot. Like, impossible, right? Like, there's no way with me walking your property for a half hour if I know if you need 100 fixtures or 113 fixtures, or if you need 200 fixtures. If I want to do my job of giving you a thoughtful design and give you a full potential, right, I need to go back and actually spend time, articulating it and putting it into buckets for you. That's me. I don't know I don't even know if Nate could walk on a property that, like, we went to California and did his neighbor's house, and this guy basically had all 4 sides were basically super usable outdoor spaces. Walking onto that, yeah, you could give him a ballpark range, but to, actually give him a full final number, I don't know. I don't think that you can give that a very thoughtful answer. I mean, Nate, tell me I'm wrong. I mean, you just did it to that neighbor, right? I mean, I'm sure you knew hey, I know this is going to be like maybe $50,000, $60,000 job just because, you've done enough that your neighborhood. But I mean, could you articulate everything you're going to do in that first, 15 to 20 minute daytime walkthrough?
So I think it's a fair statement that, when you're going to install, a couple, certainly not 20 lights, but certainly 100, 120, 200 lights, we know probably based upon experience that the house is going to take 160 to 200, right? 180 to 200, right? And so if the homeowner is telling me, Nate, I believe in you, you're my guy, don't care, right? I don't care what it is, right? I will give them potentially not to exceed, okay? And I will tell them, hey, it's not going to exceed more than 50,000 bucks, right? And I'll make sure that regardless of fixture count, it doesn't exceed that. So now I give them a ceiling. They like that a lot of times. But I do know for sure that, the honest answer is, yeah, I need to come back in the daytime. I need to take 2 or 3 hours, right, to put an accurate design together. Now, a lot of times, if I don't have to do that, I tell them that in the process of being there over 7 or 8 days, I'm going to come up with the final design. So that helps me. So I don't have to be out here 7 or 8 hours in the real design. So I don't think there's any rules to this. I think getting back to the initial question about closing on the spot, I do know companies that do that. And for the most part, I think some of these companies, I know one company that's $100 million company, and they never follow up. If they don't close, they don't even follow up and call them back. And the reason they do that is because they get double the price. So they're very forceful in the close. They try to hard sell them, because when that customer goes out and shops, they never get the job because they're twice as high as anybody else. So that's not my style, right? So yeah, good for them, right? But it's not my style to go those hard closes, right? I hate that, so I'm under, and that's why I like about the demo. So my process is 100%. I mean, anybody can close a 20 light job, but I know that 20 light job potentially could be 200. So I let them know that, one, I have an obligation to show them how their home can be well lit and all the other wonderful things, right? So, but the process is no obligation. There's no pressure. They can make a great decision. They can see it with their own eyes. They can remove lights. They can add lights. They can actually see what I'm talking about. Zero pressure, right? Like you said earlier, Shane, you take a deposit, you give the deposit back that night to them if they hate what you do. And of course, we know no one hates what we do. So my process, I think, wraps around some fundamental basics that are in my mind, top of my head, no matter what. One, I have an obligation to show them what I think. I really don't want to hear what they say. That's not me. I don't care what they say. I don't want to talk about preconceived ideas. I want to make sure that they understand that I'm a lighting artist. I'm a lighting designer. I don't just install fixtures, right, for the sake of placing a fixture, forward lighting, maybe their house. I let them know that I approach lighting in my own style, and I create separation with that style because of my lighting designs. I make sure I get excited myself personally. I get them excited because I will change their life. And I make sure they understand that I'm going to change their life. I'm going to change their family style, usability of space. I make sure that they understand that I'm an outdoor living expert. I move stuff around. I come up with great ideas. I go inside their house. I make sure if they have balconies, they're going to view their home at night in a totally different light, if you will, from elevation, which is mind-blowing. People don't understand the different dramatic effect that it has when you look down on your property. It's just mind-blowing how that works. It just is. Right?
I'm going to change your life. Y'all's life is about to be
life
forever.
Yeah, forever. It's true. And you have to believe it.
Opens up a huge area for them, right? They'll use their space more.
And you have to believe it. You can't just say words for saying words. You can't memorize this. It's not a script, right? It just flows because you believe it, right? And they know that you believe it. And Matt said, you read any book on sales, the number one thing is, and Matt said it already today, it's likability, right? People don't buy from their enemy, they buy from their friends, right? They buy from somebody they like. And that's
another reason why I like the demo. The demo not only sells the job, but it just builds more relationship. Some of my clients, like, I'm super low pressure, maybe I need to be a little bit more pressured, honestly. But I know if I've done my job, if it's in the budget for them now and whatever part of their life they're in, that I'm going to be the right choice. Like, if I've done my job, and it's, I know sometimes it takes a couple of years for those people to close, but I just follow up with them. Hey, just checking in. But that's because I'm super low pressure, but they also end up really, really liking me. because I'm not what they expect when they think of a contractor or they think of a sales guy, right? I need both decision makers. I hate when they tell me that. Motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. You're not getting both. I'm the decision maker, period. You know, you can't win me over. You don't get a shot at anybody else.
I am busy, man. You can either quote me or not. I'm making my wife, or she's not going to make me come home, right, to do this quote. Yeah, I hate it when they say that.
Yeah.
Personally, so I don't make my customers do that.
Yeah, it's funny how when you do the demo and they start liking you, you get to know them. I can't tell you how many times I've stayed at their house drinking till midnight. Out with
Now,
the demo.
right. When we're demo, I make sure both of them are there. That is different. That is different than a daytime consultation. When you do a demo, no, both of them have to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, hey, man, we're at like the 20-minute mark. I think we've dropped some nuggets. I know if the guys listen to this and apply some of the things they've heard, they will be able to change their process and make it better. So, I mean, I got to go. Shane, if you want to wrap this up, talk about Illuminati maybe a little bit.
Yeah, no, I got to go, but I will drop that Illuminati nugget. Matt and I are working on something really big and a better training platform and more of the school that we've always envisioned Lighting Trade School to be. The Illuminati Lounge is still just $47 a month. We get access to all of our document library, pictures. You get us for an hour a week, Wednesday mornings. But that price, $47, is going to go up dramatically, when we unveil this new system here that we're working on. So if you've ever thought to get in, we'll do it now before it goes up to $200 or $300.
LightingTradeSchool.com.
All right. Later, guys.
Awesome.
Later,
Talk to you guys later.
All right, guys. See ya.